It's been declared a keep. 1 card goes on the bottom for Shingo. Reid kept 7. Reid on the play. Misty Rainforest pass. I assume at this point this is top 8. There were only 32 players. Both players knew what each other were on. This was not open deck list. But I don't think there'll be any surprises here. As far as I know. Scalding Tarn for Shingo. Fetch. Hopefully players will keep the phone in the center of the screen updated. Shingo is down to 19. If they don't, we'll keep track.
Okay.
All right, it's been updated. This was the competitive monthly legacy tournament at Game Storia in New York City. And if you just joined us, we're in the top 8. Top 8 now. So it's really serious.
Yeah, results. Wasteland,
Wasteland on Underground Sea. It seems like that happens, yeah. All right, Shingo passes the turn. No permanents on the battlefield. For anyone who happens to not be familiar, the card Doomsday will potentially allow Shingo to turn their library into a 5-card pile. You'll see cards like Cavern of Souls, Street Wraith to cycle, Brainstorm, Edge of Autumn to cycle, sacrifice a land cycle. And then Thassa's Oracle is the way to win for anybody not familiar. So the cyclers and the cantrip kind of stuff is the support to potentially skip through that 5-card pile and get a potentially can't be countered Thassa's Oracle to resolve using Cavern of Souls. There are some other little tricks, but that's the idea. Reid's deck is a bit more fair. Green Sun Zenith, card banned in Modern, is the engine of sorts of this kind of deck. Find some toolbox creatures like Collect a Roof and Scavenging Ooze, stuff like that. Endurance, Leovold. Here's Sylvan Library for Reid. That's pretty good. Xgrave says this event was so serious that Reid commented that the atmosphere in the room during top 8 was substantially more tense than during his recent Pro Tour Finals win. Yeah, it was really intense. I was standing there and I had goosebumps. It was crazy. Lotus Petal, Brainstorm.
Look at it, it still hasn't recovered from the time you...
Seems like Shingo's desperate for a land here, is my guess. So what kind of disruption can Reid have? We'll just talk about main deck cards for a moment. Can Reid have for the Doomsday Thassa's Oracle combo? It actually was really cold in the room. But what kind of disruption can Reid have? Collect a Roof can stop use of cards like Lotus Petal that we just saw. Endurance can put the cards in Shingo's graveyard on the bottom of the library to make Thassa's Oracle a bit weaker and the whole combo situation a lot slower. Wasteland is a legitimate... Okay, here's Dark Ritual followed up by Doomsday. Leovold can stop cyclers. And Doomsday does cause the... Yeah, what is the limit on resolving a Doomsday is really the question I'm asking. What do people think? All right, Sylvan Library happening here.
You were making sack who does
Take 8, 10.
That's 13.
All right, redrew all 3. Down to 10. Vanek is absolutely right. Culturally, nobody wants to be the person who actually enforces slow play. Yeah, you could look like a jerk in some situations. That's true. That's not a bad... honestly, an hourglass would not be a bad idea. All right, resolve Doomsday. All right, here you go. Boom. When that runs out, you're out of time. It's not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. Or set a timer on your phone. What should be the time limit then? All right, Thoughtseize on the stack. Yeah, the hourglass is more dramatic, especially if it's a really big hourglass, like a foot high. Thoughtseize is another card that is a good disruption that I forgot about in Reid's list. So Reid goes down to 8. The hand is revealed. Thoughtseize, Edge of Autumn, Spell Pierce, Basic Island. 3 minutes, Moses said. But would you give your opponent 3 minutes if they were resolving a brainstorm? Or discarding to hand size with 30 cards in hand? Would you give them 3 minutes? Why are we nice to Doomsday players? Why do we give them so much time? Hurry up, Doomsday players. We're sick of it. Right, everybody? Hurry up. I'm just kidding.
I'll make you discard Edge of Autumn. I'm at 8. Play Assassin's Trophy on your Underground Sea.
Ooh. All right. Thoughtseize plus land destruction is pretty good here. Underground Sea down.
Yes, you can decline. Yes.
Yeah, that Thoughtseize took too long for Reid, yeah. Now Twitch chat's going to be timing everything. Unfortunately, a chess clock wouldn't be great for Paper Magic, I don't feel. There's too many, like, passing of priority that is, like, too... it'll just get confusing. Sylvan Library happening once again for Reid, who is at 8 life, so can't draw 3 again. Could potentially draw 2. Just draws 1 this time.
Fetch 7.
All right, fetching down to 7 is Reid. Get the drop.
Under.
It's all perception. I feel like I play fast, but a couple of years ago, somebody I'm friendly with, one of the other regulars at the shop, said, "Yeah, Chris, you're always going to time. You play really slow," like in a friendly way. And I was like, "I do? What? No, I don't." It's all perception, I guess. What is in Shingo's pile? Does it there are 4 cards left. What do you think is left in the pile, chat? Does anybody have a take on that?
I agree.
The first time I had stickers and the first time I had attractions and initiative in my deck, I did play slow because I was getting confused. Every upkeep, I'm like, wait, what am I doing? All right, 3 cards left in the library. Giving Reid a lot of time here. Not a very aggressive approach from Shingo. Only has a basic island on the battlefield. If Cavern of Souls has been drawn, it is not being played to protect it from Wasteland. 3 cards in Shingo's graveyard could potentially make Endurance decent here for Reid.
Thoughts easier?
Another Thoughtseize hitting the stack.
Four cards in my hand, yeah.
Thoughtseize still on the stack. Twitch chat predicting Spell Pierce. Street Wraith cycled in response.
Okay.
Another cycle of Street Wraith. Okay. This is all in response to Thoughtseize. 5 cards now in Shingo's graveyard, which only matters for Endurance, potentially. Thinking about spell piercing this Thoughtseize. Going to let it resolve. Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Lotus Petal, Cavern are the cards in hand for Shingo. Hmm. 2 cards left in the library, I believe. Or is it 1 card left in the library? Now I lost track.
Yikes. I'm going to make you discard.
It might be just 1 card left.
Spell Pierce. We're both at 5 life.
Spell Pierce is chosen. Thoughtseize, Petal, Cavern is the hand. At 5 life, it does not look like Shingo can beat an Endurance. Green Sun Zenith X is 3. That'll resolve. Endurance is game, it looks like. Endurance has been pulled out by Reid.
Endurance, you.
There's Endurance. Entire graveyard is getting shuffled and being placed on the bottom of the deck. Can't cycle Street Wraith anymore.
5 to 5. Your turn.
Twitch chat says he should have spell pierced.
Results.
I would assume if that was the last card in the library prior to Endurance, that the card drawn for this turn was Thassa's Oracle. There's a lot of cards in the library.
Did you have a chance to cut my deck?
3 cards left.
Alright, so I'm going to use Sylvan Library.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
I agree. I love Ice Age basic lands. I still have the same exact Ice Age basics I've had since I'm a kid. And I use them, but only when I don't play Legacy. It's like a weird thing I do, where like in my modern decks, I'll use my Ice Age basics. But in Legacy, I use goofy ones. Fortnite and stuff. This is the first round of top 8 we're watching right now.
Quick battle scroll to stab tap range.
I'll fetch down to 4.
This seems good as well.
Attack for 5 and this is going to be 6.
Where did you cast the habit?
On the right side.
Isn't it blue as well?
It's blue and red.
I was told Zalfir is now its own plane. You think they'll make a Zalfir set?
Yeah.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Belfast Strix comes in for Reid.
Brainstorm.
Yeah, I'm taking it on. So
Yeah, this is going to be, it's going to be 5 plus 6, so 11, and then gain 6. 25, and you're going to take 6 to 11. So you
Attack you.
Down 2.
Alright, so we have 4 to 2.
Oh,
4 to 2.
I should have said something while you were thinking on your turn, too.
those things like
All right, I guess we're going to Zalfir, Jace Pink says.
No, that's all good. Yeah. We'll do this slow
Go.
way. So here, we'll draw a card response.
Yeah, you got this.
1.
Oh, you know what? He's got like a hit. See him like.
I'll keep this.
Also keep
You're under a lot of pressure in the early game.
Yeah, it's, game 1 he got very, very fast opening
Okay.
hand.
Yeah. Underground Sea, Lotus Petal, Duress. Okay, let's see Raid's hand. Layable, Daze, Force of Will, Endurance, Noble Hierarch, Bayou, Inverting Catacombs. Force of Will is chosen, of course. That's the most dangerous card in hand. Endurance, as we saw in game 1, though, is pretty good against Doomsday. I mean, it's something, right? You're not going to go to a tournament saying, my Doomsday matchup is amazing because I have Endurance. Not really, but it is useful at disrupting the combo. Leovold also relevant, stops the cyclers and any cantrips that Shingo tries to pull off here. All right, Dark Ritual Doomsday, all on turn 1, off a Lotus Petal. So it will resolve. Shingo will quickly be down to 10 life. And this time we know about the Endurance. We know Endurance can evoke. It has flash. We know Reid has a daze, so this will be interesting. Was the Thassa's Oracle pulled to the front? Reid trying to figure out what's in this pile. There are 2 Thassa's Oracles in the main. So we're still on the Thassa's Oracle plan, everybody. Fetch for Reid to start the game. Tony, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. Thank you. First gift sub. SMC says, would love for you to make it to Legacy FNM next time you're in town for FP. Do it. Go play some FNM. All right, brainstorm. How often do we stream Legacy? Every Wednesday. We will also be live tomorrow for a special stream tomorrow. Same place, same time. But every week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, we are here. Add it to your calendar. All right, here's Tormont's Crypt. That's defense against endurance. Reid thinking about responding? No. Misplaced Digital, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. We're at 2:30 now. We're quite a ways from our goal, which is would be our all-time record of. Would beat our all-time record by 3:30, by getting to 3:30. Quite a ways away. Previous record is 3:25. Reid taking another look. What is left in the deck? Trying to figure out. Looks like there are currently 3 cards left in Shingo's deck. Tormont's Crypt shuts off the endurance plan that we saw executed perfectly in game 1. Gave Reid the victory. Shingo came prepared for that. With a card from the dark that has endured all of it. It's relevant in like every format now. Just playing a land and passing. A hype train is close. I've been alerted. Sub or use bits to propel us into a hype train, which would be very exciting. All right, endurance hits the stack. Does Shingo have a daze? No.
Sacrifice. Oh, that's in sack. Can you sacrifice it? Or exile the graveyard?
Sure. I think it would exile itself as well.
Does this format create exile stuff?
I think so. Sacrifice, right?
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
I believe it would. Okay, yeah, that's been corrected. It's in the graveyard when its own ability resolves. So endurance enters. It's a clock for Reid. Have to be careful with street wraiths when your opponent has a clock, and don't forget about Exalted.
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm for Reid. Looks like there are now 2 cards left in Shingo's library, right? Twitch chat can see it probably a little bit better than I can. 2 cards left. All right, an attack for 5 after another Noble Hierarch enters. And Shingo could be almost out of time here. A fetch. I guess the last card in the library was a land. It's a basic island. Playing a cavern. Thassa's Oracle. No cards in the library. What could Reid possibly have here? Nothing. All right, that's game 2 goes to Shingo. All right, 1 card goes on the bottom for Shingo. And we're ready to go. Bayou. Thoughtseize. All right, there's that disruption once again. The hand is revealed. Shieldred, Lotus Petal, Doomsday, Duress, and Cabal Ritual. So Shieldred is a backup plan post-sideboard, a frequent post-sideboard plan for Doomsday in fair matchups. When all else fails, sometimes you have Shieldred, or sometimes you get down Shieldred early and it just wins the game. The card is very powerful.
Make you discard Duress.
What will Reid choose? Chooses Duress and passes the turn.
Yeah, I really like the brain card. Just the reality of it is very good because you're holding and making stuff work. And it helps whenever you see it.
Wait, you're right.
And the other thing is,
All right, Shingo fetches. Spotted a Force of Will in Reid's hand. I'm assuming there's a blue card in there as well. Underground Sea.
Pretty cool. We're
Resolves.
No, it doesn't have one. Well, that's fine. It's still the only
you can't come with your hand, but I definitely
Yes.
So just
Cabal Ritual on the stack. Doomsday on the stack.
Force Will.
Force Pitch Fluster.
I'm not. I don't know what to do with the hand.
okay. So that should be okay. So
All right.
Days on Force of Will. Alright, so Doomsday will resolve. Shingo will go back down to 10 once again. This is close. This is turn 1. Doomsday has resolved in every game.
that's still
What do the Doomsday players in the chat think is in the pile?
All right.
What would you put in the pile? YouTube commenters. Harry Houdini guessing Reid has land destruction. Magic cards. Basics, Relic, and 1 Cycler, says Taller Eric.
Stuff to shuffle, but I'm gonna cast a green Sun Zenith for 1.
Green Sun Zenith, X equals 1. Finding Noble Hierarch.
Your turn.
Tornamon's Crypt on the stack once again. This is protection against endurance, which we saw did the job in game 1.
I'm glad they thought about it.
Shingo is at 9.
Fetch.
I think it's it's so hard. Like if I were to play it, I would want more problem, but then there's so many cards that you can't. So it's hard
It's a drop on the island. Uro.
Go up to 18. Draw a card. Slam on the battlefield. Attack you for 1. So 18 to 8.
Should be 7. Oh no, it's 1 power, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 8, yes. 9 to 8, right?
18 to 8. Go.
Let's do Rainforest.
Yep. And you've already caught, right?
Yep.
This is close.
Fetch. 17, right?
17, yes, 17, yes.
Is there just time to escape Uro? Maybe.
Escape Uro.
Yep, there it is. If I had to bet, who would I bet on right now? I would probably, I mean, I don't know what's in both players' hands, but I would probably put my money on Shingo right now. Escaping Uro is not really disrupting the combo at all. At least not on its own. I mean, it could attack next turn.
6, right?
Attacking for 2, putting Shingo down to 6, so Shingo has 1 turn left.
I was at
And I'm at
8,
20.
8, 6, yeah.
So 20 to 6.
26, yeah.
Reid's life total is basically irrelevant.
Go.
Win fetch. 7.
Now 5.
5, yeah, 5, yeah. Sorry.
Basic Island looks like 2 cards left in Shingo's library. Reid is tapped out, except for Noble Hierarch.
Oh, wow. That was quite a match.
Wow, just Shieldred Cavern in hand and scoops.
Stuff at the last turn. I easily black mana open
What was
for the Assassin's
what was left?
Too excited on the Uro.
Okay.